Okay, so we're still doing reducing balance loans, but what we're going to be doing here is solving for the number of repayments. And in these sorts of questions, this is where we want to use our CAS because it's so much easier to do. Okay, so in worked example 5, what we're looking at here, we've got a reducing balance loan of 60 grand. So that's our V0. Okay, is to be repaid with monthly installments of that's our PMT, our payment, or our D, I should say. Okay, an interest rate of 7.5, and that's monthly. So that becomes our payments per year. So when we put that into our CAS, what we find is what we're looking for. When it says if for the number of monthly repayments and hence the term of the loan in more meaningful units needed to be repaid a loan in full. Loan in full means our VN equals 0, which is our FV. Okay, so what that means, because sometimes we're monthly repayments, if we've got 12, that means a year. If it's 24, it means 2 years. If it's 18, it means 1.5 years. So we're solving for N, which is our number of repayments. So 7.5 for interest, our PV is 60,000. Our payment, remember our negative, because we're paying that to the bank, it's coming out of our bank, our account, so it's no longer ours, that's a negative number. So let's put that into the calculator. I'm after N, so my interest here is 7.5. Our PV is 60,000. Our payments are minus, so make sure you put your minus, 48336. Our final value is going to be 0 because we're paying it in full. Our payments per year are, as we got there, we press enter and we get 239. So N is 239.99. So 239.995. So it's 240 repayments. Okay. Any more meaningful units? Well, 12 months in a year. So I'm going to go, so my time is 240 divided by 12. 240 divided by 12 will give me 20 years. And you write a statement with that saying the term of the loan is 20 years. Okay, so that's for part 1. Part 2, total interest charged. So total interest charged. So total int equals total repayments minus principal repaid. Okay, so principal repaid. So our total repay is 483.36 times 240 because that's I'm paying that every month minus the principal repaid. Well, paid it off. It was 60,000, and what you get left with is the interest you've paid is 56,006.40. So that's your total interest that you've paid on a $60,000 loan under those conditions. You can see that sometimes by the time you pay it off, you've actually paid as much as what you borrowed. To pay basically double what you borrowed. Okay, so worked example 6. Some time ago, Petra borrowed 14,000, so 14,000 would be our V0. This is our R, this is our PPY, equals 12. She has been paying off, that's our D, which is the same as our PMT. She still owes that, so that's our final value, and it's going to be a negative value because I'm still owing it. I still need to pay it. So you put that into your calculator. So as we've shown down here, N is our number of repayments. We don't know it. That's what we're going to find out. Our I is 9.2. Our V0 is 14. Our payments are negative 44650.50. Our final values are still owes because it's going to be a negative number, negative 9753.92 monthly repayment. So let's I'm going to move that across so I can read it off. So this is 9.2, 14,000. Our payments are negative 446.5. Our final value is negative 9753.92, and it's 12. So I need to go back up to my payments and go enter. And what I find the answer is 11.999. So that is going to be 12. Okay, so 12 months equals 1 year. Okay, so he's had the loan for the past 12 months, so for 1 year. That's question, that's that sort of example. Okay. So let's have a look at this question here. A loan of 11,000 is being repaid by monthly installments of $362.74 with interest being charged at 11.5 per annum. So again, V0, this is D or PMT, this is my R, this is my payments per year. This will be, currently the amount owing is going to be my V0. Oh, sorry. This would be your V0. I was getting ahead of myself there. That's how much it would normally be. But what I've said is, at this point, the current amount owing is this number. So that's the number I'm going to start using. That's going to be my V0. Easy to get caught out on that. Okay. And so, as you can see here, this is what you'd need to put into your CAS. Again, I'm going to move that so I can read it off. And again, I'm after N. So my interest here is 11.5. What I've got left is 7744.05. I'm paying negative 362.74. Negative 2105.1111. Still payments per year. I go up to my N because that's where I need to be when I press enter. And what I get is basically 18. So that's going to be 18 months. So it's basically 18 repayments, so 18 months. Okay. How long would it take it to reach? So the VN here, that in this case was your VN, your final value. VN, final value. Because you want to get down to that point. So it doesn't always have to be right at this, what it is right at the start. We've told this is what it's owing at this point. How much longer to get down to, $5,000 less. Okay, in this case, 18 months. All right, it's another 1.5 years. All right, so what we're doing in this part, repay the loan in full. Okay, so what you need to do here is, so for that was for A. What we do is repeat what we did up in this value here. So for B, okay, I'll do the same thing, except I will change FV to 0, and I press enter. You'll see that. So for B, FV changes to 0. Everything stays the same from here. And you get a value N is equal to 24 months. So time is basically 2 years. Okay. Okay, so now we're going into some questions where we're still solving for a number of repayments, but we're looking at, what's the impact of changing that repayment. Okay, so the first part of this question is a reducing balance loan of 16 grand has a term of 5 years, so that's our V0. Is to repaid by monthly installments. So again, we're going to get our N is going to be 5 times 12 at a rate of 8.5. So the first part is to find the repayments for this. Okay, so the repayments for this, I can go 5. It's 5 years monthly installments, so I'll go 5 times 12. Then I go, my interest was 8.4. No, I didn't change it. Sometimes it doesn't like doing, yeah, there we go. 8.4. My principal value is 16 grand. I'm looking for my payments. I'm going to skip that. My final value is going to be there, so I actually need to go back here. I press enter, and I find that I get a value of 327.49. If you're doing this using the book as a guide on this, they're using the rearranged version of the annuities formula, so it's in terms of D. But so you can just as easily do it on a finance solve, and it's probably actually easier. Okay, so basically what this is telling you, to the 16 grand you got a loan for, you paid off in 5 years at 8.4% per annum, you're going to need installments of $327.49. Okay. What the next question's asking for, it says instead of having that payment of 327, I want to pay more. So I'd basically put negative 393.62. So that's my payments. I'm still the aim is you're gonna get 0, like what's it called, a final value of 0. I don't know how many payments. It's going to basically be 48 repayments. Okay, so we get 48 repayments. So that's 48 months. So months, however you wanted to look at it. In this case, so it's going to take me 4 years to pay it off. So just that sort of $70 odd ish would make it that much quicker. Okay, so the new term loan would be 4 years. And so what I want to look at here, next question, is calculate the total interest paid for repayments of that 393 and 62. So basically, interest paid is going to be the total repayments. So it's going to be 48 times, so remember 48's 4 years times 12 months times 393.62 minus 16,000. And you'll get a value of 2893 and 76 cents. Okay. So that's how much the interest was paid for that term. If I did it for 5 years, so for 5 years, okay, what I'm doing is it's going to be the interest, same basically formulas up above, is going to be 60 times 327.49 minus 16,000. That'll give me 3649 and 40 cents. So it's saying this, what I paid minus the 16,000 that I borrowed, means I've had to pay an interest of 3,649 and 40 cents. So the difference, interest difference, because what's what it was after. So it's going to be 364940.40 minus 2893.76. It's going to give me an interest difference of 755 and 64 cents. Okay, so by paying that bit extra each month, I'm saving over the term of the loan, I'm saving that much money. Okay, you need to be able to write that as well. All right, here's the last example for this video. So in this one, Brad's borrowed 22 grand to start a business and agreed to repay the loan over 10 years with quarterly installments of 783, 783, and debited with interest debited at 7.4% per annum. So quarterly statements. So V0 to start with. Okay. 10 years quarterly. 10 years quarterly. So that means 4 per year. Okay. And interest debited at 7.4%. So that's my R. Okay. So, however, after 6 years, Brad decided to increase the repayment. Find actual term of the loan. See what you're doing here. So it says after it's 6 years with that information. So that's what I'm going to put in first. So 6 years. So that's where this part comes in. It's 6 years because then he changes. Then it's times 4 because it's quarterly. So I go 6 times 4. My interest was 7.4. My principal was 22,000. My payments, my initial payments here was 783 and 22. Just to show you where that was coming from. And again, remember, because I'm repaying, that's negative 783.22. My final value, I don't know, because remember it was going to be for 10 years. It's not now. My payments per year are going to be, and this is where I have to blame Mr. Anessis on this one because he wrote these ones. That's actually going to be, we'd put in is 4. Quarterly is 4, not 12. Okay. Just want to fix that up there. That's going to be 4 because it's 4 payments per year. All right. And I want to go back to FV because that's what I want to get. So at that point, the actual term of the loan, it's a multi-step process. So what you can see here is 10,761 is my value here. So I've done the first step. Then I do the remaining term of the loan I'm solving for n now. So now I'm solving for this. I don't know this now because everything else has changed. And my interest payments are the same. My principal value is now, oops. I actually want to, this is annoying me now. You shouldn't be doing this. This is a bit of very much a big annoyance. Sorry, I'm just going to have to type that again. 24. I think my computer was playing up on me then. Sorry for that. Negative 783.22. That was 4. I'm going to copy that. That's what I was trying to do. Copy it, because that's now my principal value, because that's where I'm starting at with this. My final value is going to be a nice big 0. That's weird. 0. I'm going for payments now is negative 879.59. Okay, and I'm after n because I want to know how many more payments I need to make. And as you can see here, it says I need to make 11.1. Have I done something? So I've got, hang on a sec, I'm just going to pause this for a moment. Okay, found out where my problem was. Because I copied and pasted that, the principal values, that's sort of what the bank's given me still. So that changes to positive. So that's a example of where to double check things first. Yeah, that's better. So I get 14. What it's saying is I need to make another 14 quarters. That's saying 14 quarters. Oops, can't spell. Okay, that's 14 quarters. Okay, so that means 3.5 years. All right, so I've had 6 years there. So it's 6 plus 3.5. So I'm going to be 9.5 years. All right. Interest paid equals total repayments minus principal. So in this case, it's going to be interest equals total. So I'm going to have to go 783.22 times 24 plus 879.59 times 14. Because remember, this was first 6 years. That's the 24, and that's my 3.5. Okay, minus 22 equals the 22. Remember is what I borrowed equals interest paid is 9,111 and 54 cents. Okay. and see the interest savings achieved by changing this. Okay, the interest here was for, if I did the, this was for if I didn't change anything, already calculated for you. It's the difference between, so it's going to be 9, the difference, oh God, difference is 932880 minus 954. That'll give you, you saved yourself $217.26 by doing that. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.